Hey there, Pisces community. Soul Tigers with a special story for this wonderful frequency. Thank you, first off and foremost, for your patience, your time, and your energy as I navigate this story between the good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful, and everything in between. Now, don't forget that this is a safe and sacred space where I call in your angels, ancestors, spirit guides, as well as divine and universal energy to come in and be the protectors and the guides for all the positive messages. So keep in mind that this is not love tarot here. What we do with this channel here is we help create stepping stones. These are self-empowerment type of stepping stones to get us more connected with our soul being, which helps connect us to a higher power. So Pisces, let's get started with the vibe. Believe again. You have everything you need within you to make it. Just believe again. Heroes don't always wear capes. Heroes are people who make a difference for themselves and the people or the generations to come. Navigating the thick fog of confusion with humility. Letting flow what is meant to flow. Realizing that this outcome may not be your fault. Your outcome is by choice. Don't forget, you have a choice in the directions you want to go. Hanging on to once upon a time ago is what's keeping the fog dense around you. And I just keep getting this like Disney, one of the songs to Disney, and it was with one of the princesses. It was like, a dream is a wish, a heart's desire. And I think that's how it goes. And what we learned before was desires are things that we wish would happen. Not things that we lust after. Now we can lust after desires, but lust and desires are two different things. Desires are the outcomes that we want to happen. So those happily ever afters, when it comes to us finally achieving the success, again, that we dreamed of, once upon a time, wished upon a star. I'm like really I'm stuck in this fog with you. It was weird as I was dialing in. I could just feel it. And it's so thick. It's actually really hard to move in. It's hard to see anything around. And it's just like, it makes me kind of want to keep to myself and just kind of close in a sense, because I don't know what's coming. I don't know what's to the left or what's to the right. I don't know what's in back. I can barely see what's in front when it comes to this fog. And you have to be careful, because with this rude awakening coming around with all the planets aligning and stuff, is it has people fighting or not even fighting. They're going to feed into it, and that's going to be shutdowns. A person who shuts down could be over controlling. They can go into some depressive kind of states. Stuff like that is going to be going into low frequency, reaching for coping mechanisms, dealing with more anxieties, irritability or irritableness. There we go. Because we have things that either we're gonna face or we're not gonna face. And what it is it's gonna start all over again for another year for us, just depending on how we want to end this last cycle. So you can go ahead and check out a little bit more of an in-depth view with what I'm talking about with the February 20th, but also how the new moon in Aquarius and the full moon in Leo play into this. Play into us recognizing that we are divinely favored and we do have a choice in where we go. We can bring great change. where we go. We can bring such great change that is echoed for generations to come. And all we have to do is make that choice. Make that choice to be aware of the monsters that we've been battling in the past, and being open to overcoming our fears of punishing ourselves for our past mistakes. It's a really fun video. I enjoyed making it. Like I said, go check out that new moon, full moon interpretation that I released for this cycle of stories. So let's go ahead and get started with the Chakra Wisdom Oracle, Pisces. Let me help you navigate this fog, along with the ancestors, the spirit guides, divine, universal, and the angels of protection being our guiding light. What is it? What is it? What is it that needs to come out for the introduction? It is a lot. Whew. There's a fear of loss here, because I have both grief and abundance come out. Fear of loss, it could be material goods. Fear of loss of how to get out of the entanglement that we've put ourselves in. Yes, we have a puppy here, but this person cares so much about their puppy. Sometimes when we're facing to leave places, when we're getting ready to go off to where we're meant to go, it could be the fear of losing certain people, certain animals, certain things around us that we find very valuable. Some things we don't see is we have instinct. Now, instinct is going to be our crown chakra. We have our heart chakra with grief, and we have the solar plexus chakra with the abundance. And right here, we got the sacral, completion, but something that you don't want to see. This one represents healthy relationships. It represents joy. It represents creativity and passion when it comes to that sacral chakra. But I have the soul of self here. I have you at the heart. And then I have you at the sacral, getting close to your very foundations, where you're not balanced. There isn't a balance for you in whatever you're dealing with here. And recovery. With this is another crown chakra. You're unsure. What I hear is time. The timing. Something about the timing must be right for you. But I'm hearing to say time can be an illusion that could have you waiting for forever. So be careful with that. With your crown chakra, you have that directly blocked. And what I'm hearing is meditation, sitting with yourself somehow, whether in prayer or some kind of focus work, but spiritual focus work to help unblock that, so you can feel how your spiritual self is trying to help you, how you're getting the messages. Because Pisces, let's face it, you're very psychic, you're very sensitive. And the fog thickens because you're ignoring stuff. You're ignoring stuff because you're worried too much about the materials, the losses. And you're unsure. You're unsure. You're just so unsure because of the grief. Let's go ahead and continue. I'm just listening because I'm trying to hear what's going on exactly. Mysticism. Yeah, there's something weird here. I can't quite put my finger on it. Now this is gonna be the third eye here. Yeah, that's gonna be a third eye color for this one. Again, you're blocking intuition, clarity, insight, and imagination. But it's something else that's weird here. It's almost like there's an outside influence. And I felt that when I was bringing in some of the energy. It almost felt like I was intoxicated in a sense, drunk. It was something weird. It wasn't something that is normally a part of Pisces. And I could recognize that right away. So what I heard is there's some kind of interference that's happening. I don't know if Pisces is the one who's distracting themselves, or if there's somebody here who's feeding into distracting this Pisces. Let's go one more card. What is the last card for the intro? Oh, it's a lot. I don't know, but it's somebody who doesn't want you balanced. Maybe balanced with others, balanced in the choices that you want to make regardless of others. It has to do with you not seeing a growth that you can make. It has to do with also you not going off. You not speaking your truth primarily right here and being confident in this truth. They don't want this to end, and I heard it's a fairy tale. But whose fairy tale is this? Because whatever this other is, this other energy, it keeps Pisces trapped here. This is very different. Whatever it is, it hides itself very good. This isn't who you think it is. That's what it is. This is not right away what you think it is. It's something else. Someone else. It's something else. What needs to come out for the present? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Somebody doesn't want you to see that you have a choice to get up and go. That you could really win at something. Whatever it is, it wants opposite of you. This could have to do with the person. A person who likes a lot of accessories. A place that likes to fidget. Or they have a very fidgety energy. Whatever it is, it wants you to trust them more than yourself. More than what you want. More than what you believe. I'm confused on the age of this person because the King of Pentacles is not older like the King of Cups, but I keep seeing gray. I keep seeing that this is somebody that you least expect. But they're helping feed into the confusion. Then I have a Queen of Wands energy. To keep you in this loop. Whatever it is, they definitely want to point out your faults. Maybe faults that you have been trying to overcome since a very young age. Faults that you couldn't help because you didn't know better. Whatever it is, their mission is to knock you off balance, is to keep you confused, to keep you conflicted within yourself. The conflict that you keep dealing with means that you're going to keep dancing to their song. I don't know, it's more than one person here. More than one person here, but it's somebody in the background though. Somebody pulling strings here. It's easier for you to be here. And again, it's not the person you're thinking of right away, but this person benefits somehow. They have this high priestess. You take care of a lot of business though. That's why they want to keep hanging on to you or keep you in this spot. They feel like because of your energy somehow, how do I put that? It's like things are better when you're around. You gotta be careful. Because energy leeches will tell you that. Energy leeches will tell you, oh, because of you, I'm having a better day. Or because of you, I need you. I need you. They need you. We need you. That can only work for so long because you have to ask yourselves, when are you guys going to be there for yourselves? You need yourselves more than you need me, and you need to save yourselves. I can show you. I can give you an example. I can lead you to it. But you have to want to do it too. But it's that sense of being needed that does make Pisces feel important. Could be the very thing that blocks them. Anything else need to come out? Yeah. We have this Three of Swords. Yeah, you never. I had the Queen of Pentacles who landed up on this King of Pentacles. I mean, you gotta be truthful here. You really gotta be truthful with yourself here, Pisces. I mean, the King to the Queen of Pentacles. Really good match. Really the ideal match. But both this King and this Queen are at different levels. They may be of great matches, but they're not at the same evolvement level. They wouldn't have the same goals. One would be a taker and one would be the giver. Yes, ideally on the outside to whoever's pulling these strings, y'all match up. But on the other side of things, there's two different goals, there's two different ambitions, there's two different drives in life right here. One has a higher drive, while one may not. Whichever way this goes, this is a different... Somebody decided to level up. Somebody didn't want to remain in the same. They sat there and they started working on themselves, while their partner, business, stood the same. But because you're leveling up, others don't want to see you go. They're trying to convince you that it's just you. It could be the new mama jamma that you're learning. Oh, that's just because it's in school. You know, that's how they just depict it while you're in school. Or maybe that's just what the fad is. It's just a trend that you're learning something. Because again, they don't want you to go. This is a hard one. This is a very hard one. People will hold themselves back. They will, from continuing their involvement. And right here, I would say your goal or one of your missions is to learn how to balance yourself regardless of what others say or think. People can be happy for you for the life that you live, but they could be happy for you on the outside, but they can't live your happiness for you. That's a you thing right there, Pisces. Keep that in mind. Let's go ahead and start off with the block. Angels of Protection. Protect us as we explore this block. What is it that needs to come out for the Pisces frequency? What I tell you, I could feel this energy here. I feel like you were hoping that this energy was going to be a whole lot more mature. They could have been putting off that they were the whole bag of chips and then some, person, place, or thing. But they just ended up being a bag full of hot air, and that's about it. Maybe a few chips in there. But it's quite disappointing. It really is disappointing. I think it's so disappointing to Pisces that they don't know how to process it. And this is why they still stay open to trusting these others, whoever's pulling the strings here, opposed to trusting themselves, their insight. Then I have number 3, fertility. I have the Empress here. And the Empress was coming out in the pre-shuffle as well. This is where I got that energy and the vibe that you have everything that you need. You have the abundance. You don't need another piece. You don't need another reason to do what you need to do. It is all there already. You just have to be open. Be open to welcoming it in. All right, what else would like to come out for the block for Pisces? Strength. I feel like you've had the strength before. You've had the strength before to do a new beginning. But I feel like in a sense, you were hoping it wasn't going to come to this again. Whatever this situation was, you were hoping it was going to be the final one. You were hoping it was going to be the destiny. It was going to be the abundance. It was the very thing that was going to be the quest the quest to you getting to your ideal outcomes, to your dreams. But it wasn't. It's almost produced what I get as a stubborn energy too. Not knowing if you really want to face it. You want to face another journey again. If it's worth it. What else needs to come out? For some reason, you're very close with these others. Maybe it's because these others have depended on you for so long to pick up things, to take care of things, to be there for them for things. You have to understand that's why these others are up to something about pulling strings to keep you confused. I mean, honestly, if these others are trying to be your puppet master and they're trying to keep you put because you're handling whatever this other is, then do these others have the best intentions for you? Or is it purely that they have intentions for their own personal gain when it comes to keeping you around? You have to be careful, because people who care about you will be open to you growing. People who want to keep you in a certain place don't want to see you grow. They don't want to see you become more successful than them. What else needs to come out? Okay. I think all this is coming out. Well, it has to do with boundaries right away. Directions. Where you can be respected. What direction, what place? It hasn't been here. You haven't been able to find that balance yet. No matter how much you try and ignore this other's rash behavior, this other's rash behavior, whoever they are, the uninvolved one, they don't even pay attention. They don't pay attention to what they do. They don't pay attention that it's unfair to you. This could be a direct manager. It could be a direct partner. This could be a direct family member. They don't care. And I feel like deep down, this is what puts a guard up to having another beginning. Again, because you were hoping that this one was going to be something different. I mean, you made it good. You made it in. You got your foot in the door, and then you became a part of this community. And you really thought that if you did everything you were supposed to do, maybe this other would wake up. Maybe this other would see that you were serious. That you were serious about the future. About making big moves. But this one is not serious. The only time this one is honest with you, I feel like it has to be with some kind of intoxication. They have to be intoxicated somehow. What is that? Beer balls. They kind of just start spilling stuff, and then they start admitting to things that are bothering them or what's been bothering them, and then you try and play this understanding role and stuff like that. And you have to be careful with this. I feel like you're doing a lot for whoever this is, for this whole community. But whoever it is, they don't see how they drain you. Whatever this unevolved energy here is, they don't see how they drain you. And I feel like the puppet masters, whoever's in this community that doesn't want you to go, they don't care. They don't even acknowledge it. It doesn't matter. But it matters to you. Just be careful. The longer you stay somewhere that is not meant for you, the longer you fight for something that doesn't appreciate you, the worse it gets. I've mentioned this before for Taurus. I can't remember if it was also for Scorpio, but I've never seen a karmic relationship evolve out of being karmic. What I have seen with karmic relationships, whether with people, places, or things, is that it gets worse, and it gets worse, and it gets worse. Every year is a new low that karmic is doing. Every year. How long do you want to put up with it? How long do you want this tearing at the actual dreams that you do have? Because that's what this is doing. The longer you hang on to it, the more it tears up those dreams. The very things that you believed in, the very reasons why you got into this to begin with. Right here, this isn't the ending to your story. This isn't the ending to those unlimited possibilities, but it could be the ending to putting up with others playing you. It could be the ending to you not being confident in speaking up. And it could be the new beginning to you finding your voice. Facing our fears is hard, but it forces us to step into our personal powers, and it opens up to seeing how strong we really are. But you have to be open to exploring that. That is a part of our destinies, is to conquer those monsters, to conquer everything that we're meant to get us to where we want to be. All right, so let's call in divine and universal energy. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. What are the positive messages here for the Pisces frequency for the conclusion? Oh, we have some time, somewhere, and every day when it comes to this truth, when dealing with this other, when they try and come in and, I don't know, say how they feel, but they have to have beer balls to do it. All right, every day there are a lot of secrets hidden in the sky. I mean, for me, it's like, would you sit there all day? Do you have time to sit there all day and look for all the secrets of the sky? No, we have other things to do. So for this one, for this story, I would say is really evaluate when this one's trying to dump out all their stuff. Do you still have time for that? Do you still want to listen to something that you've already discovered? Something you have already heard? Or would you rather go find something else to do with somebody else? Too much planning is a waste of time. Too much expectation hurts. Oh yeah. When we attach ourselves to expectation, and that expectation doesn't happen, when that potential doesn't come in, oh, that builds resentment. But depending on who you are could depend on how you take that out. Excuse me. For Pisces, I think you kind of take it out on yourself. You figure there's something wrong that you're doing when actually it has nothing to do with you. It has something to do with outside influences, inevitable variables that we can't stop. I wonder how another world's like. The start to curiosity is through wandering about things. You are a very good daydreamer, dreamer of things that others can't see. What is it that you could see for yourself? What is it that you could see for yourself working out? Maybe not always seeing a direct energy there, but seeing yourself happy, smiling, supported. What else needs to come out? Alright, I have something again. A good opportunity always comes with effort. Our new beginnings don't come because they fall into our laps. Our new beginnings come when we take our first steps. Us getting to where we want happens when we have committed to taking to the steps to get there. Believe that it's real. And this came face down and in reverse. Remember, believe what you desire. Believe in that. That's the first part of manifesting. Start to put it out there. Start to pray for it. Start to make the moves to go towards it. If you stay in a situation that you don't belong in, then how do you get to this? You don't. What it is you settled. And in that settling, you could end up battling, dealing, being stuck in a very long karmic cycle that could end up taking years to get out of. Alright, two more cards. What are the last two cards for Pisces? Here's one more. This comes in towards the crown chakra. unity of consciousness, inner wisdom, spiritual connection, enlightenment. But when it's all distortive and out of balance, it's disconnection, confusion, lack of purpose, and depression. I have some time. Slow down. You might see what you've never seen before. The power of observation. One of the greatest powers to harness in life. Instead of reacting to what's happening with these others, observe what's going on. See what it is about these others. Do they provide a place that is of good fortune? That is of a nurturing environment? Where you can find rest? Where you can find peace? Where you can find a place to build your success? Build your legacy? Build your home? Or is it barren here? What direction could you see that you may want to head off in? Slow down. Sometimes people get us in such a way that we simply will say yes to things just to get away. Maybe instead of saying yes, say no. And then whatever time you have, because you said no, sit with yourself. Slow down. Create that opportunity for you. All right, I'm hearing one last card. One last card. What is the last card here? Ooh, it's going to be 4 cards. Oh my goodness. Okay. And the guys are like, not yet. We're not done. All right, so 2 cards that we see right away. This is somewhere in something. No matter what happens, smiles are still important. That's a vibration that's felt through your body. Even when you're in the thick of it. A smile can change your day. Sometimes, again, when you're observing, you can find out something to smile for, such as the fact that you have a meal, that you could have a place where you could find support, maybe with friends, maybe with your family, maybe a community where you have a hobby. Whoever these are, they're going to be important to you. Don't forget, when the times that you are feeling down about things, I would say don't be afraid to hit them up. The ones that make you laugh, the ones that are full of good energy. All right, our destinations might be different, but we can enjoy the same journey. Now this one was flipped in reverse. It's kind of like when we used to have disagreements back in the day. You could have a disagreement and not want to totally annihilate somebody. You could have a civil disagreement and you guys could still be in the same vehicle. So when you finally recognize that there's change that needs to happen, maybe understanding that when it's time for you to start going within your journey differently, that it's okay. That you don't have to force yourself to still go with the program that isn't aligned with you. And our last two cards, two things you're not seeing every day and sometime. I absolutely really like this one too. When you get closer, the mountain looks higher than you think. Do you still have the same goal? Whenever you start to create those steps, the hardest tests and trials seem to be right as before you get into there, or even right at the beginning, you think. But a lot of times the hardest tests and trials come at the end, towards the end of the journey, testing your commitment to the journey. Here, it's just the fear tactic of intimidation. But with one step at a time and the belief that you can get through it, you will get through it. Last card. Every story will fly past away. Whatever this situation is, it doesn't have to be the fullness, the whole shebang of your story. It can merely just be a chapter. But what happens is, through our experiences, is at the moment they seem the roughest. It seems to last the longest when we're going through the chaos. But just like these stories of the others from your past, this story of this other will pass. It will pass as well. It will take time. It may be a little bit painful, but it will be on its merry little way. And soon, it'll just be a memory of the past. Don't forget that, especially when you're getting up to this mountain, when you're ready to face the climb. I always say, because it was from a quote that I really like, is do something today that tomorrow you will be proud of. Will tomorrow you be proud of you doing at least up to here? Then do it. And continue. And continue, because when you wake up that next day, that tomorrow, you'll be proud that you decided to go on the journey to begin with. All right, Pisces, this is going to conclude it. Thank you so much for hanging out and for all of your patience as I navigate this story. And don't forget to thank your angels, ancestors, as well as spirit guides and divine and universal energy for coming in and being the protectors and the guides for all these positive messages. And I hope that you have a most wonderful, wonderful rest of your day.